What is going on, comic book community? Longbox Love Affair here with another comic book haul. So this year I skipped Baltimore Comic Con. Baltimore Comic Con is usually my go-to. I've gone many years in the past, and this year I was feeling a little lackluster about it. I was feeling like the artists that were there, because I typically go to cons to connect with artists, to get sketches and so forth. I was feeling like the artists that were there were ones that I've already reached out to and engaged. There were a couple that I was hoping to meet. So Jay Lee was one I wanted to get a sketch from, but he's there all the time. And Tom Rainey, I have a couple sketches from. I was like, maybe I'll get another Tom Rainey sketch. Or Sean Chen, I have a couple sketches from him. But I was thinking, I've spent a lot of money lately, so I decided to be financially frugal and to not go to the con because I knew I wouldn't go, and I knew if I went that I would be spending a lot of money that I didn't really want to spend. I have the holidays coming up, and yeah, so instead I bought a book. So I'm going to show you the top 2 reasons why I didn't go to Baltimore Comic Con. But I also have a bunch of other books that are, these are all slabs, by the way. A bunch of other CGC slabs that I've bought over the past 6 months that have really added to me not needing to go to the con and taking a break and not be tempted. So I found some great deals outside of the con, and we all know that con prices are crazy. So I opened this box, but I didn't unwrap it yet. So I just peeled back the tape. On the first day of the con, I looked back at my eBay watch history, and I was like, oh, there's just a sketch that I wanted. And one of these artists, and I'll tell you who it is, Eric Larsen. An Eric Larsen sketch is one that I've always wanted. I've actually picked up one in recent time, and I'll show you that one, because I don't think I've put that in a video. But this sketch has been on my watch list. And I just had sent probably my best offer, to be honest, to this seller who had this sketch. And I was pleasantly surprised he accepted right away. And actually, I think that this individual is a viewer of the channel. So thank you for the deal. I bought this Eric Larsen sketch for around $450. And having never traveled to see him at a convention, it was well worth it to pick this one up. And it is a 2-figure sketch. So the picture, admittedly, was a little dark on eBay. So let me see. Oh, this is pretty cool. All right, so this is an old slab. Age of Ultron blank cover, Wolverine versus Apocalypse. These are characters that Eric Larsen does not normally do. So I think he's done Wolverine and as a guest of Spider-Man or what have you. But look at that. Look at that Apocalypse, the Wolverine. Now, for anyone who doesn't collect sketches, know this. Anytime you ask for an action scene or something specific from an artist or 2 characters, that elevates the level of the sketch. That elevates the price. Sometimes it's double. Sometimes it's just an extra $100 or $200 from the normal sketch fee, whatever you are asking for. So to get this action shot for $450, I think was a great deal. So I appreciate the seller for letting me put that offer. Hopefully it wasn't too lowball. What I also love about this sketch is that you can see the pencil lines before Eric Larsen inked it. So he spent some time on this, and this was done in 2013. So this is like an 11-year-old sketch. It's interesting. There is like air bubbles in the slab. This is old, so I might get this reslabbed at some point. Not sure it's a priority at this point, but I might get this reslabbed. But this is what I bought on day 1 of the Baltimore Comic Con. He was not there. He's never been in my hometown. But I needed this, and if I could get it for that price, it was listed at $750. I put $450. He accepted. No questions asked. So really appreciated that. And then we had a little dialogue back and forth. So thanks again. But let me show you the other Eric Larsen sketch I picked up. Classic Eric Larsen Spider-Man. Eric Larsen came after Todd McFarlane in Amazing Spider-Man, and then he also came after Todd McFarlane in the regular Spider-Man series from 1990, 1991. So this is when I started collecting, is the McFarlane into Larsen era. So awesome to have a Spidey. I picked this one up on eBay like 3 or 4 months ago, and then just something a little different. This Apocalypse. So what I would really love is to get a Venom, and that would complete my Eric Larsen collection. Maybe a Savage Dragon, because that is one of the indies I read religiously, and I'm recollecting some of the harder to find issues. But those would scratch my itch for Eric Larsen. So what else did I buy that prohibited me from Baltimore Comic-Con? Just a Stephen Platt sketch. So this is another one I've been watching on eBay for quite some time. It was listed as an auction and kept on getting renewed at the same price. It was like high 600s or something like that. And finally I messaged the guy and I said, or it may have been $7.99, something like that. I messaged and I said, can you do any better? I just can't get my mind around that price. And so we settled on a price that was just north of $500 for a very detailed Miles Morales splat sketch. You remember Stephen Platt from Moon Knight in the 90s? That's, again, another nostalgia thing. He's come back. He's been going to cons, apparently. He was actually at Baltimore Comic-Con. So if I didn't have this, I would have definitely gone to Baltimore Comic-Con, and he would have been #1 on my list. But because I had this, I didn't feel the need to go and commission. Plus, this is a sure thing. You didn't know if you go and commission artwork, you don't know if the artist is going to complete it and what it's going to look like. And so to have something that's sure thing, character that I love, I collect Spidey. I'm not a big Moon Knight collector. I do like his Moon Knight run from Moon Knight 55 to 60. That said, this is more my sweet spot. So I found this on eBay. It was a no-brainer. It's a beautiful slab. This was done in 2023, so just last year, which is, I think, around the time he re-entered the scene. Spending over $500 on this, it's a lot of money, but I've seen pictures from Baltimore Comic-Con that are starting to come online right now from this past weekend that people are posting when they did sketches with Stephen Platt that were pricier. They're like in the 800s. So I think I got a good deal for what he was charging now for this price. We'll see. But I'm not worried about it because I'm excited to have this in the collection. The last sketch I'm going to show you is from CGC's Dave Gibbons facilitated signing that they did, private signing event. And that is Dr. Manhattan. So Dave Gibbons, I don't think does a lot of cons, at least stateside, and so I think they went to the UK and had him do this. He did it in blue. I can't remember if I asked for that or not. I think I did. I have this blank. This is one of the only DC comic blanks that I had, but now there's all these facsimiles like Crisis on Infinite Earths and Justice League 1 that they have blank covers for, and so I've been picking those up just to have stockpiled in case something else arises, but I think this is appropriate. There's not a Watchmen blank that I'm familiar with. So Justice League, it's not a Superman blank, which I'm glad. I didn't want a character-specific blank. Justice League, Dr. Manhattan could honestly be part of that. So pretty excited for this sketch on how it turned out. You got the atomic, or is that atomic symbol? And the periodic table, and he's not full figure, which is fine, with his underpants or without. But Dr. Manhattan from the CGC private signing from Dave Gibbons. Two other slabs I want to show off that I've purchased recently, and I don't think I've shown them in haul videos. The first one is Uncanny X-Men 129. I got it at a 9.4. Bought this off of Elite Comics 11 on Instagram. Always a trusted seller. I've sold through them, and I've bought. They had this 9.4 for, I think this was $2.99 shipped. So it was such a good deal that I had to jump on it. I've been looking for an upgrade copy of this. When I went through my books a couple months ago and organized all my X-Men, all my Spider-Man. I looked at which ones I needed upgrades on. And my 129 was a beater. It is beat. So this is much nicer. Now, what is this book? It is first Kitty Pryde, first White Crane, and first Sebastian Shaw. Lots of first appearances as X-Men continue to be hot commodities, as the spec value continues to rise. These books will get higher and higher, I think. So, not that I'm looking to flip them. I just want them. I want nice copies. I would love to have the whole burn run graded in a 9 or a higher. That's pricey. So I'll pick up some of the keys when I find them. So this was one. And the next was none other than the book everyone sees. This one is always being put for sale. 8.5, but it's a newsstand. This is New Mutants 98, First Deadpool, Gideon, Domino, or Copycat. So this book is actually from my friend Sean Qwerty Comics. He had this book, he graded it. I told him, I was like, I'm interested, depending on the grade, because I wanted a newsstand. He cut me a great deal. I got this for around $300. Hope he doesn't mind me saying that. $300 for an 8.5 newsstand. A little bit lower print run, harder to find in high grade. I was not going to buy a 9.8. Those are over $2,000. But to get a newsstand and a book that I just love, I know it's a guilty pleasure. It's Rob Liefeld, whatever. We all have our feelings about him. I certainly do. But to add this to the collection, along with those sketches and scratch that itch, was certainly exciting. So those are the books I bought. Did I have FOMO? Did I have FOMO? Yes, I had FOMO. I wanted to be at Baltimore Comic Con, yes. But I was happy to save the money, save the time and energy, and I had just been doing a lot of work travel, and I had gotten home from visiting some family in Tennessee, so I was just zapped. I needed to get back into a routine. I got back to the gym after a month off. So a lot of things course correcting for me, and now I'm back in the saddle. So that's it. Let me know what book you like best. Let me know about those sketches, especially that Eric Larsen sketch, that Apocalypse versus Wolverine. It is a gem. I love that book. I'm excited to have it in the collection. It is hard to get two characters battling each other, so now I have it in my sketch collection. I keep saying this, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a top 10 sketches in my collection video. I just need to pull them from my collection and find them, and they're all in different places. I know which one's in my mind. It's just a matter of where they fall in that top. So that's going to be hard. It's like they're all children. You know, you can't pick out your favorite children. So thanks for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and feel free to comment. Hit all those buttons down below. And I will see you next time. All right, bye-bye.